Alright guys, so in the last video, someone was saying the volume was a little bit low, so I've bumped the volume up to 100. You might need to turn it down, and I'll try and keep it up at this level, so yeah, I can adjust the... It's hard because when I stream, I've got to adjust game volume and stuff like that, and streaming's hard. But let's jump into it. So Pelosi slips amnesty for DACA into latest beer bug plan. Now, at the end of the day, the funny thing is that Nancy Pelosi is taking a bit of a hit when it comes to this. There's a lot of deals. There's a lot of memes that are coming out in regards to this. Someone here, Green New Deal, obviously related spending, and she's sort of yeah. There's also this one here, which is actually really good actually. And it's a guy who's got to choose between the Green New Deal or American citizens, and he's like, oh, which do I choose? And of course they're progressive, so we know which one they choose. That's actually fairly accurate, actually. It's how a lot of people are feeling with the Democrats right now. But yeah, amnesty, she slips an amnesty for DACAs into the latest plan. Nancy Pelosi, beer bug, gives $300 million to refugees and migrants. Pelosi, beer bug plan to give up to $1 billion for sanctuary cities. And this is not anything relating to the beer bug. This is just like $1 billion in Justice Department grant funding to sanctuary cities to shield criminal illegal aliens from arresting and deportation. She wants to set up $1 billion in Justice Department grants to stop illegal aliens from being deported in sanctuary cities. What does that have to do with beer bug? At the end of the day, we also have, for example, Adam Schiff defends Pelosi's change to vote in law in emergency relief bill. Adam Schiff defended the alternative bill proposed Monday by Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi as Democrats blocked an emergency bill to save the economy. House Democrats asked DHS to release as many immigrants as possible from detention. That's somewhat at least related, I suppose. But Nancy Pelosi, beer bug bill creates multiple billion-dollar slush fund for elite liberal causes. So Nancy Pelosi, Speaker, announced a bill on Monday to combat the economy fallout from beer bug and is loaded with money detained for federal agencies and favourite causes of liberal elites. So on page 127 of the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, PBS, is a handout of an additional $300 million to prepare, prevent, for, and respond to beer bug. Of course, that amount, $50,000, shall be used to support the public television system. On page 39, Internal Revenue Service, IRS, is given an additional $278 million under the Pelosi idea, designated to vague taxpayer services. The legislation giving $236 million to the IRS to prevent, prepare for, and respond to beer bug. Another $42 million as to an enforcement category. On page 150, the Democrat State Migration and Refugee Assistance Program is allotted $300 million for migrant and refugee assistance. On page 127 of the service is given, the Museum and Library Service System is given $500 million. What is the museum and library going to do with $500 million to combat beer bug? What? Set up their own displays about it? What? How does a library and museum need $500 million? On page 15 of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration is granted an additional $33 million for necessary expense to prepare for response. What does the Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration need to do? What is their role with beer bug? It It just keeps going and going and going. There's a whole list of here. On page 88, Ryan White HIV/AIDS program. What do they need $90 million for regarding HIV and AIDS when it comes to beer bug? John F. Kennedy Senator for Performing Arts isn't left out. It's given $35 million for operating and maintenance relating. At least, you might be able to make some argument that it's at least expenses for the corporation, maybe? I don't know how $35 million is needed, but anyway. Earmarked for an ambiguous construction and environmental compliance and restoration. The bill grants $100 million to prevent and prepare for beer bug. What does the construction and environmental compliance resolution need to do? It's ridiculous. It really, really is. Senator McSally introduces legislation to block Senate's pay until they pass the beer bug refugee relief pack, which I would agree with, actually. Republican Arizona Senator Martha McSally on Tuesday introduced legislation to block Senator pay until a third beer bug relief pack is passed. I would agree with that, actually. Nancy Pelosi. I don't care. Pelosi snaps at CNN Dana Bash for asking about Trump's plan to put America back to work. Really? You don't care, Nancy? Really? I don't have time to follow people's tweets, Twitter, whatever tweets. I don't expect me to comment on that, she said. Well, even beyond Twitter, the President of the United States is signaling that he could open it up, Bash said. What's your opinion on that? I don't care. She's talking about, obviously, Trump opening up for Easter or possibly opening up to America for back at work soon. So, Nancy Pelosi gives $300 million to refugees. We've already talked about that, actually. The politicians standing in the way of the emergency relief. So, the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, torpedoed a bipartisan deal on Sunday. That's the important thing. That this original deal was bipartisan. It was Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer who torpedoed it. No one else, just them. Who had previously praised the negotiations following her lead. Pelosi lies about the House. Everything we're suggesting here is relating to beer bug. That's just a flat out lie. So here we obviously have the mainstream media trying to run their narrative. Trump says he wants country open up by Easter, despite conditions caution from the health experts. The funny thing is that you actually go through and watch it. He says that he would like it open. He's just been hopeful. Geez, that might be what the world needs right now. The world, or especially the US, might need some hope and not doom and gloom. Although, of course, if he opens it up by Easter, well, that's going to be bad for the Democrats, right? They want to expand this out as long as possible. Because if we can go through and expand this out as long as possible, we can maybe damage Trump when it comes to the election. And that's what they're using this for. Like, here's the actual video here, which, by the way, has very tight editing on each side. So we don't even know the full context here. But even with the video that CNN is using, which is from Fox News, it really doesn't seem like it's that much of a problem with what Trump's saying. Actually, let's see if I can find the full video very, very quickly. So here's a minute 37 clip, right? So if you go through here.
The World Health Organization just said the United States...
Right, so we have this video clip, which is the same one.
You have to open this country up.
When
President Trump, answering questions during a Fox News town hall, said he wants to get Americans back to work.
We can socially distance ourselves and go to work, and you'll have to work a little bit harder. You can clean your hands 5 times more than you used to.
The president's comments come as the number of cases of the coronavirus in the U.S. surpassed 45,000 Tuesday. Several members of Congress are calling for a national 2-week shelter-in-place order.
You're going to lose a number of people to the flu, but you're going to lose more people by putting a country into a massive recession or depression.
In the same town hall, Vice President Mike Pence called New York the epicenter of the crisis and said thousands of ventilators are being shipped from the national stockpile. The vice president also said he's hopeful therapeutics will be available to treat the virus later this spring. Meanwhile, the FDA announced it is taking action to allow imports of more protection equipment for healthcare workers and centers. President Trump touted his administration's work with Congress.
So like I say, at the end of the day here, and like, for example, yeah.
States and Europe are now the epicenters of the coronavirus pandemic. With more than 49,000 cases now in this country, only China and Italy have more. And yet this is what the president said just a short time ago.
I'd love to have it open by Easter. Okay, I would love to have it open by Easter. I will tell you that right now. I would love to have that. It's such an important day for other reasons, but I'll make it an important day for this too. I would love to have the country opened up and just raring to go by Easter.
Anyone looking at...
Now, at the end of the day, I don't see a problem with what he's saying here. I think America needs a little bit of hope. And I think that them sitting here basically trying to lambast the president for being hopeful... Oh no, the president's hopeful. It's all doom and gloom. Like, listen to what...
Gloria goes, where the hell are the ventilators? Where are the masks? Right. Where is the federal government?
Watch this guy's response.
Where is the president in getting those in the right... It's a simple math equation. They're here, they need to get there, and they need them now. Why?
Yeah, but Pence has just said that they're doing that. They're organising that. You know, it's all great to sit back and say, you know, where's this, where's that, when you're not the one organising things. But obviously this is, you know, CNN, so, you know, we're not expecting them to be biased, or, nonpartisan. We're expecting them to be biased when it comes to this sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, 60% favourable for Donald Trump in response to the beer bug. Now, last I heard it was around 55. It's gone up. So at the end of the day, you know, obviously, look, depending on where you go through and where you do your tests and where, you know, there's ways of skewing polls and stuff like that. But this is Gallup too. So, you know, it's somewhat reliable, I suppose. But obviously, you know, take polls to great response. But a new poll from Gallup shows that President Donald Trump's approval ratings for handling of the bug is now at 60%. His overall rating is at 49% for the best of his presidency. The poll was taken between March 13th and 22nd, so it's fairly recent. Last time Trump earned a 49% approval rating was late January and early February, as they tried to impeach him. And also, even Kirstie has come out and thanked Trump for taking charge and the leadership during the bug, or beer bug. Actress Kirstie Alley has thanked President Donald Trump for his leadership during the global pandemic, writing that the president has taken charge in a manner needed and wanted for this country. And to be honest, I don't think a lot of people are going to disagree with this. I really, really don't. I'm actually really impressed with the way Trump has handled this situation. Now, of course, they'll probably try and claim that Barack Obama was the one that's actually responsible. Bit of joke there. But at the end of the day, yeah, I think Trump has done an amazing job. The media will try and sling as many shots as they can, but at the end of the day, I think Trump has done a really good job. Really, really good job. And I don't know, let me know what you guys think to go through, and let me know what your thoughts are. Do you guys think that Trump has done an amazing job when it comes to beer bug and what this outbreak has? Or at the end of the day, do you think it's, you know, he could have done better? What's your honest opinion about this? I think there's times where he could have done better. I think there's times he could have done he could have done worse. To be honest, overall, I think he's done a pretty good job. So I think all countries, well, except for like Italy and stuff, have done an amazing job. Italy, China, all these sort of places have done a terrible job when it comes to managing it. Even the UK, I think even the UK has done a bad job when it comes to managing it. But places like Australia and the US, Singapore, Hong Kong, these sort of places, Russia, I think they've done an amazing job. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack a like. If you're new, channel welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, let me know what your thoughts are regarding Pelosi holding this up. Like I said, she's held it up twice now. But let me know, and we'll talk to you guys in the comments. Have a great night. Enjoy yourselves, everybody. Stay safe. Wash your hands, because apparently we're all supposed to say that now. Have a great night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.